Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to play an updated version of Legion Commander. This build revolves around Armlet. Sure, you guys saw this build at TI, but I do think this hero is a very good pub hero, especially in the low to mid MMR bracket where you can easily build up dual damage and have a good laning stage. I think Legion is fantastic. So, let's go over this build. I'm going to show you how to lane, how to mid game, how to build up damage faster than anyone else, and let's get into it. By the way, guys, if you want to become absolutely broken, well, what you need to do is sign up to the GAMELEAP website down below right now. The reason why you should do that is because every single day we post a new video there. Content that you simply just will never get on YouTube, we post every single day to the website. It's really top tier stuff. I'm very proud of what I make over there. We also have other creators, many of my great friends who are top tier Dota players, creating guides about different heroes, different roles, different items, skill builds, talent builds, everything you need to know to get to the next rank. So if you feel a little bit lost, you're a little bit stuck, click the link down below. I'll see you guys there. And now let's get into the video. All right, so for starting item, you want to go one set of tangos, 2 gauntlets, 2 branches, and a quelling blade. You can go this every single game. It's always going to be good because it's going to put you up to 70 base damage. That is absolutely insane. Now, the only place I actually disagree with Zero in this replay, who's a top 100 offlane player in the North American region, is that he rushes Soul Ring. Frankly, I do not understand the idea behind rushing Soul Ring. When he ends up buying it, he literally never uses it. The one time he does use it, he doesn't get any value out of it, and I'll show you why. But all in all, what I recommend is you actually prioritize one of 2 things. If the lane is absurdly easy, for instance, you're against a Wraith King and you have, let's say, a Hoodwink support, and the enemy team is either not supporting at all or has a weak position 5, you can buy an Oov and dominate the lane. Other than that, focus on getting your Helm of Iron Will as soon as humanly possible. Now in this lane in particular, he's against a Naga, so the very clear and obvious choice is to take your Q. It actually one-shots Naga illusions all throughout the lane. I didn't know that before watching this replay, but yeah, it just easily one-shots them. So anytime you're against anything with units, taking the Q is extremely valuable, so keep that in mind. However, you can actually opt for the other skills depending on the lane. For instance, if you're laning against a Disruptor or a Dazzle, a hero that is completely dependent on a dispellable ability to play the laning stage, then you should take it. Now, you might be like, oh, but Silencer, he has a dispellable ability. Yes, but he doesn't depend on it to lane. In fact, in this case, he even took Glaives of Wisdom. He was probably worried about the early Presty attack from the Legion, making Arcane Curse and Last Word not very good. And so, yeah, just keep that in mind. It's much better against Disruptor and Dazzle, for instance. To start the lane, you almost always want to focus on using your Q on the range creep. Essentially, just approach the range creep, especially after a creep aggro has been drawn by the enemy. If they draw it, you want to just hit it and then nuke it. You don't want to wait to nuke, you just want to burst it as fast as possible. This is going to put you in a position where you even have a creep advantage. These 3 melee creeps will trade with the carry. Naga doesn't care very much because she's a high HP regen, high armor melee hero, but in general this is going to give you the opportunity to do some damage, build up some movement speed, and trade a little bit if needed. However, CS is always the priority. Do not feel like you need to kill people at level 1 as Legion. It's not true. He does trade a little bit with the bonus movement speed from his Q, but honestly, I even think here he's a little bit over trading into the Silencer. Moving on at level 2, you're almost always going to take your E regardless of what you took at level 1. You do not want to have both actives at level 1 and level 2. You will not have enough mana for this. You cannot revolve your lane around 2 active spells on Legion. It simply does not work. So take your E, and the cool thing about the E is you can actually use it to deny. If you proc it while you're going for a deny, Legion will spam attack the creep, and I'll show you what I mean. So in this clip here, you'll see this isn't even the full extent. Like, you can literally attack like 8 times in a row at max movement speed. It's like you have focus fire on denies. It's pretty stupid. It's basically a bug. But as you can see in this clip here, it's a little bit hard to see, but he'll draw aggro. So he draws aggro from the Naga, right-clicks on Naga, draws aggro from these 2 creeps. That causes the creeps to hit him. Those creeps proc Moment of Courage. Moment of Courage lets you deny the creep. So as you'll see, he kind of just bursts it from half HP. It kind of looked like the Naga hit it, but I think she canceled her auto, and he hit it twice in a row. Alright, in this next clip here, I gotta call it out. Like, I just saw this, I'm like, wait, there's no way. Unless I'm missing something, guys. Like, so he pops Soul Ring, right? So Soul Ring sacrifices 170 HP, gives you some mana, right? And he uses it to use Press the Attack, which is a 5-second spell that gives you 30 HP regen. So it's 150 HP at level 1, right? So it gives 150 HP. So it gives less than the Soul Ring. So like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm missing something, but you guys can let me know. This just looked wrong. Pretty sure he just lost HP from doing that. Moving on though, you really want to get this Helm of the Iron Will very quickly. Legion actually doesn't have that great of armor, so this is really nice. She only has 3 base, which is pretty bad. Soul Ring is a little bit too, but as I said, I don't recommend rushing Soul Ring. I recommend just rushing this, then going back for the Soul Ring. I like Soul Ring, you need the mana, just after the Helm. And so this basically gives you the ability to AFK in the lane and CS deny for the next like 5-10 minutes. I mean, really, like that's the concept here. What a lot of people see wrong about Legion is they're like, oh, you have to get kill. I mean, it's good to get kills. It's great to build up duel damage when the time comes, but up until then, up until like you build up a few items, it's very hard to actually kill people as Legion, especially if they're playing defensive. So yeah, this is the better way to play. It's going to get you higher CS. It's going to give you actual item timings, and then you can actually carry your pubs. Now, 2 things quickly to note. If the lane is really AFK, like legit they abandon it, then I think it's best to actually rush the Armlet, as it's going to let you flash farm, take the tier 1 much quicker. You don't need the boots in that case. But in this lane, I think he felt like he could pressure it a little bit, even get some kills, so he ends up buying the boots here. However, you don't upgrade straight into phase. The Armlet timing is just too key. Getting a literal 50 damage item that gives you a ton of attack speed as well is pretty freaking massive. But yeah, as you'll see here, you don't even need, you know, like upgraded boots to kill people early on. Because of how tanky you are, you're never going to be low HP, and you're going to have the freedom to dive. On top of that, if you get ganked, you're so tanky that a lot of the time with press the attack, you can just walk it off. And that's why this playstyle is so efficient. But yeah, basically do not leave your lane until you really have to, or until you at least see an opportunity where you can easily get a duel. And I'll talk about what that means, because I know when I say that, people are going to be like, oh, you know, I always gank for duels, and it's like, well, you probably gank lanes where you shouldn't and end up wasting all your time, so let's talk about that. So the first rotation he makes was a smoke play with his Bane, +1 at level 6, I'll quickly show that clip. Then the second rotation he makes is actually to pressure a mid tower. So yeah, first one, it was just a smoke with his Bane, they go on the Naga. Unfortunately, Global came out, so they weren't able to get the kill. And then the next play he makes is basically another safe play. Notice how it's not like wild TPs to the bot lane. Because what happens when you do that? You get stuck on the bot side of the map. And then it's hard to farm. Often you're in the same lane as your carry. And then you have to like hit a neutral camp. And it feels bad because you have no mana and probably low HP. And so that's why this playstyle is so much better. He took the tier 1, he's got 80 CS at minute 11, he's going to have a Blink Armlet at like minute 13. I mean, this is how you snowball. But yeah, in this clip here, he's sieging mid. I think this is specifically because they have a Prophet. Honestly, I don't even like this play because they didn't even have treants at the time, so they don't have a good way to actually pressure the tower very quickly and safely. So yeah, I get the idea here, but in general, like in your pubs, I wouldn't even recommend really leaving your lane until you have Blink. If you have the opportunity to just like to just AFK farm your Blink, just do it. It's fine. It's actually great. So the next play he makes is a smoke gank with his Armlet Blink. Love this. This is absolutely what you should do. And by the way, he doesn't have 130 duel damage. That's just a replay bug, so don't feel like you're bad. He doesn't have 10 duel damage a minute. That would be insane. But yeah, once you get your Blink Armlet, make a move. Make a move, right? Find the teammates that follow up your plays and make a move with them. That probably isn't your PA. That probably isn't your TB. It can be, you know, like if you have Blink and the offlaner's pushed up at the tier 1 and your TB is meta, it could be, but usually it's going to be your level 6 supports. So look to them, right? Look to make plays with them. TP mid, smoke them up. If they're bottom, TP bottom, smoke them up. Find a pick off. You can see in this clip here, didn't find anyone, so he's going to hit mid, but he's basically just going to sit around mid and wait for a duel. And it's very simple with Armlet. All you do is press the attack, turn on Armlet, blink, duel. And because Armlet gives so much damage, he's easily able to shred through Silencer. The problem with your average Legion player and average Legion blink rush build is that you blink duel, and if there isn't follow-up, you don't kill them, right? I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about if you're a Legion player or you've even watched Legion. But yeah, with the Armlet, easily shreds through him. Doesn't even need the Nyx stun to get the kill. After that, you want to spend a little downtime farming. He's even going to shove in the mid wave here. Generally, I don't love these like small skirmishes as Legion. She kind of just gets kited because she has no stun. So anytime duel is down, push in the nearest wave, take the nearest camps, basically be efficient. Don't roam. I wouldn't even recommend fighting. But honestly, even surprisingly to some extent, he finds another duel on this ward. But that's a really good idea, right? Just sitting on wards as Legion Commander is the easiest way to build up duel damage without getting swarmed when you go for it. So once again, same thing. Press the attack, Armlet, solo kill. That's why this build is good, right? And people might be saying, oh, but doesn't Blade Mail do the same thing? Yeah, but Blade Mail has significantly worse build-up in the laning stage, and it doesn't make you nearly as tanky when you're going in. It's also just straight up much less damage against heroes like Silencer in the early game, who don't really do much damage when you duel them with Blade Mail. But yeah, basically this entire game, he just does an incredible job of making plays with his two supports, and it allows him to build up an insane amount of duel damage in this match. Having 70 at minute 17 is absolutely incredible, and you can see he didn't necessarily go for duels the entire game, but he definitely did when he got his blink. So make sure you have this mindset, right? The strong mindset of I'm farming, blink, buy some smokes, make some plays. The next thing that you might find surprising is that he bought treads. I think the main reason for this, for going for treads over the phase boots, besides the fact that it's just cheaper, so it lets you get BKB earlier, is really the fact that when you're having a good game, having attack speed with duel damage is just better. So essentially what I'm saying is that if you're having a top tier match and you've basically won multiple duels, then go for treads, right? Because you're not upgrading your boots, you're going Armlet, not upgraded boots, you're going Armlet, blink, and then you're gonna upgrade your boots. Sometimes people don't even upgrade their boots at all on Legion actually. A lot of the time they just completely leave it alone, they buy the shard, they buy BKB, they even sometimes go Blade Mail. So do keep in mind, you know, depending on the game, you can go Blade Mail. For instance, if they have a Leshrac and a Gyro and a Luna, maybe you want to buy a Blade Mail after the Armlet blink. If they have a ton of magical damage and you need to just survive and initiate, BKB is the way to go. In fact, BKB is the safest option out of all of them. But he was like mega snowballing this game, right? He had an incredible start because of his early timings and ganks, and so the treads make a lot of sense here. It just kind of doubles down on this mid-game timing that he's, you know, been popping off with. And you can see the damage here is insane. Like, literally, he wins a duel when his team is global. I mean, literally, he wins a duel when his team is global. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? He just shreds through a Doom. The one thing I will say about this item build, though, is that it is quite a few active items. One disclaimer I like to make is that Armlet really is one of the hardest items to use in the game. So, if you buy this item and you feel like it's not very good, it's probably you. It's frankly one of the best items in the game right now on heroes that can sustain it and strength heroes in general, and as a result, if it doesn't feel good, it's probably on you. Please don't shy away from this item if it's uncomfortable. Get used to using it. Armlet is a really strong item. Some people even think it's busted right now, maybe even broken. And so, yeah, the thing is, the reason why I'm bringing this up is I watched this clip and he blinked duels here, but funny enough, he BKB blinked duels and he doesn't press the attack or Armlet. So like, it's a lot of buttons. Playing Legion in teamfights is not easy. It really is a lot of buttons. You got a BKB, you got an Armlet, you got a blink, you got to press the attack, you got a duel. You got to even overwhelming odds if you're really, you know, going on illusions like this. And so it's a lot. I don't blame you if you make mistakes, but that's why I recommend if you're going to run this build, make sure you practice it in the lobby, right? Just blink, duel, an axe over and over again. Do it 20 times, okay? Go into the demo right now before you load into your match. Maybe you're queuing up as we speak. You're motivated, you're feeling it, you're ready to go. Go do it in the demo lobby. You're going to mess it up. Trust me. I've played this hero a few times. I always mess it up a few times a game or at least once a game. And it's really griefy because you can see duels Doom here. He barely does half of the HP of the Doom, when previously he was basically full killing the Doom. Now Doom's a little bit tankier now, but he just didn't press the attack or Armlet, and obviously that is quite a lot of damage. But regardless, because of how farmed he is and because of how tanky he is, he gets doomed and just walks it off. And that's the power of farming and being a little bit greedy on Legion in the early game, and then snowballing out of that. I also want you to note that he has 170 CS at minute 24. When I watch a lot of Legion players, they're going to have around 80 to 90 at this point. And the reason for that is instead of playing around duel and getting quick kills with smokes, they run around like animals and don't actually find anyone quickly. Instead, they end up skirmishing for like minutes straight, and that is awful. You won't snowball, you won't hit hard timings, and you won't catch cores off guard. Alright, and that's going to be all for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what hero you want me to talk about next in the comments section down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, come on, before you tune out, subscribe to the GameLeap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace.